Hi, I'm Dr. Moore at Lone Star Animal Hospital. Today I'm going to do a demonstration video on how to give your cat sub-Q fluids. This is actually a really common procedure. We love to teach owners how to do this at home. It means you don't have to bring your cat into the clinic. It's low stress for your cat, and it really can just be a life-saving procedure, especially for cats with kidney disease. Diabetes, chronic constipation, several reasons that we might actually recommend this, but probably kidney disease is the most common reason, and it's something that we want owners to do on a somewhat regular basis. Of course, follow your vet's instructions, whether it be a couple of times a week, maybe even daily, maybe less frequent than that. So what your vet is going to set you up with is a bag of fluids, an IV extension set, and some needles. And what you're going to do when you get this set up, this one's already set up, but basically you just insert the spike set into the fluid bag. You're gonna put a needle on the end of the IV set. I'm gonna go ahead and change the needle to show we always use a new needle each time. So there's usually a little protective cap. You just twist that off, and then this twists right back on, and so it can't come back off. There's a little screw top right there. And then there's several pieces on this IV extension set where you can clamp the fluids off so that it doesn't leak out and make a mess. So this one just rolls up and down. So it's clamped right now. And then this one, just take a peek. If you're like, my fluids aren't running, it's because maybe something's clamped. So just make sure everything is open. If it's the first time you're using this bag of fluids, you want to prime the line. So you want to have the fluids go ahead and run through until you get a few drips out of your line. This line's already primed, so I don't need to do that. All right, I think that's the setup. One other thing, your vet will tell you how much to give each time you're giving it. And so each of these little dash marks is 100 cc's. Most cats will get 100 to 150, maybe some larger cats get 200 cc's. And so you go from like the 2 to the 3 or the 3 to the 4 for 100 cc's. Make sure you know where you're starting. In this case, we're starting at 500 cc's. That's how much is left in this bag. And just monitor how much you're giving. So Gunther here is a very good patient. He's gonna be happy to demonstrate how this is done. So what you do, and it is helpful, most people can do this by themselves, but if you've got somebody else to help you and just give some head scratches, just be a distractor, sometimes offering a little bit, something of their favorite treat, that'll just keep them in one place. So what you'll do, you're gonna remove the cap of the syringe, and right here, kind of behind their shoulder blades, there's plenty of skin and subcutaneous space. You're just gonna kind of lift up, and we're creating this tent. And see, my finger can go right in there. We're gonna go about parallel with the back. And sometimes I give the skin just a little bit of a twitch for a distraction, and it just goes straight in. And so he tolerated that really well, most cats do. So now I'm just gonna, with one hand, kind of hold that a little bit in place. Sometimes you can let go of that completely. I'm gonna unroll this so that it's all unclamped. And now, with this bag, I'm gonna give it a squeeze. And I can see in this chamber, the fluids are flowing really nicely. So I know everything is nice and open. And Gunther's being great. If he wants to move just a little bit, that's okay. But you don't want to chase your cat around while you're doing this, so relatively in one place. So as we're doing this, again, I can do this with one hand, give him some head scratches. He's pretty happy to be here and be still for me. So I'm just gonna watch this, and you'll get an idea for how long it takes and how quickly it's flowing. I'd say most cats, I don't know, somewhere between 1.5 minutes and 2 minutes for about 100 to 150 cc's. It's really pretty quick. Keep an eye on your needle and just make sure fluid isn't leaking out and they haven't moved. You can see there's kind of a hump here of fluids that have gone in. So I'm probably not going to give him the full amount right now just for the sake of the video. When we're finished, measure your fluids. He got about 50 cc's in that time. You're going to lay that back down, clamp this back off again so now the fluid can't leak. When you're taking this out, you're just gonna pull it straight out, but where the needle was, maybe just put a little bit of pressure because sometimes fluid likes to leak out just a little bit. I know, come back here. And so I'm gonna set this down with the cap on. And I just hold pressure just for a few seconds really. But see this hump right here, you will notice that, and with a little bit of time, 20, 30 minutes, maybe even an hour, it kind of settles with gravity, maybe like over their shoulder, even their elbow, and that's no big deal at all. So yeah, I think that is everything. This really can be so helpful for these kidney cats that need fluids, and it's definitely something that you can learn how to do at home. So I hope this helps.